All right, Shalom. We want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. We give double honors to the apostles and elders, which are the apostles and elders, a great millstone that feed us with knowledge and understanding through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, this is just a quick lesson. I ain't gonna say quick, but you got this alpha omega thing going on with they're trying to sneak in there, man, and they're trying to make themselves of the chosen because now we're coming to the end. The prophecies are showing themselves. So what's happening now? You got a lot of people that's coming in this trying to find their way in, man. But it's this is only given unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and their descendants, man, which goes to the 12 tribes of Israel, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. So these are the scriptures that I found that are pretty, how you say, damning because what's happening is the Most High separating this lies that's been around. Let me start off with this. It's a good verse to start off with. This is the book of Isaiah 60, and we'll start at verse 2. And it says, let me see here. Isaiah 60 and 2, and it says, For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So what's happening now? The Most High is rising upon us, and that's by way of the apostles and elders on down. He's rising upon us, and how is he rising upon us? By giving us this truth, because that's the real glory of it. Because what did he say when he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments? This is how he's going to separate us from these other nations. That's how he's going to make us great, man, by setting that up and setting us under that law, statutes, and commandments, man. I'll get that real quick. I got it right here. This is the book of Deuteronomy, just to set the tone. Because by the way, the Most High chose us when he gave us the promises and he gave us the laws that set us apart, man. It's the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. It says, And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. So that right there was showing us if we follow his law, statutes, and commandments, we're gonna be a special people unto him. All right. That's how it's set up. It wasn't set up for all these other nations to come up in here because they can't do what we do as a people, man. If we're all the same people and the Most High was dealing with them, they'd receive a part of those blessings. They'd have the things that the Most High has put on us that other nations don't have, man. And sports world and athletic world is a small part of what we can do. You know, we got great thinkers, battling, that's already a given, man. We're some of the greatest warriors on the planet Earth as you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so we're gonna jump right into this. So I'll read this again just to because right now it's the time of light. Light is coming upon the planet Earth because we were in darkness. That's why Esau changed the times, the day, the seasons. He's changed things up, but now the Most High is setting things right. So of course he's gonna set his people back up where he has them at. All right, it says, For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light. Okay, let's look right here. As how you say, joint heirs. They're gonna come to us because at the end of the 1,000 years, we're gonna reign, and these other nations, they're gonna have their set lot and their set places, man. So let me keep reading on this. And it says, verse, that's it on that. That's it on that. Let me jump right here. So we're gonna start at I'll start at second Ezra. This is a good one I wanted to start out with. This is second Ezra 8 and verse 22. And it says, I'll start at verse 21. It says, Whose throne is inaccessible, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling, whose service is conversant in the wind, whose service is conversant in the wind and fire, whose word is true in saying uh, constant and staying and saying constant, whose commandments is strong and ordinance is fearful. Then let me jump down to verse 26. It says, "Oh, look not upon the sin of thy people, but on them that serve thee in truth. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimony in afflictions." And what's one of the afflictions we're going through now? Is slavery. All right. Us being, losing ourselves, us going to the captivity under all these other nations. Now we're under the captivity of the Roman Empire, which is Esau, the continuation of the Roman Empire. So we're still in afflictions. But what's that? The elect, the 144,000 and one third is going to be the ones that's going to keep that faith in the afflictions. Because the Most High is the one that's going to give us that faith and the knowledge and the power to maintain in that. And it says, "Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions. Think not upon those that have walked." That's it on that. So now we're gonna jump right into Genesis 17. All right, I'm just gonna try to go through these precepts because it's any you could come and give 100 precepts. The wicked ain't gonna understand. It says that in Daniel's, none of the wicked shall understand. All right, so Daniel 17 and 7. And it reads, "And I will establish my covenant between me and thee." So now we got to go up to get the understanding because he's speaking to Abraham here. Okay. So let's start at we'll start at verse 5. It says, "Neither shalt thou name any more be called Abram, but it says, but thy name shall be called Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee. And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thy name, come out of thee." Because the elders speak about this all the time, that you got tribes that become nations in themselves in the 12 tribes, man. You got individual tribes that so large they're a nation in themselves. So that's why you got people thinking that, oh, it's speaking about this nation, this nation. No, man. We're so vast and so populated that that one tribe in itself is a nation, man. Because you look at Issachar, okay? You look at all the different other tribes, Gad, okay? Look how many Native Americans that was just in Gad, man. Okay? And it says, verse 5, and it says, "Neither shall thou name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee, and I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a power unto thee and to thy seed after thee." And it says, "And I will give unto thee and thy seed." See, keeps talking about seed. Let's go pull that word out. Right here is Zorah. All right, and it says seed, sowing, offspring, to sow, seed, semen, virile, offspring, descendants, prosperity, children. So it says thy children. So it's not speaking about just everybody that's coming in, man. It's talking about his descendants, the offspring. Okay, read it one more time. It says, "And I will give unto thee and thy seed after thee in the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power." See, their power. we're going to possess the land of Israel, which we don't possess today. That's why you read in Zechariah, it says, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Okay, so you got bastards in our place that's claiming to be us. But that goes into part of the curses too. The Most High gave, just like we turn our glory into idols, the Most High turned us into pretty much nothing, man. Because we switched him for idols, so he put over nothing in our land. Where we supposed to be fruit, where we're supposed to possess, now we don't possess nothing, man. All right. Let me go keep that's it on that. Let me jump to Luke real quick. Go through these precepts. This is the book of Luke 1 in verse 55. As he spake to our fathers, to Abraham, and to his seed forever. See that? As he spake to our fathers, to Abraham, and to his seed forever. So there's no, what's the word I'm trying to use? There's no severance between that. The Most High is not a man that he changes. Okay, if the promise was given unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob back then, it's still given unto them today. That's why it's important to come and find out who you are and find out where they are, if it's given to you. But the ones that's gonna come back to him is the elect. That's the number that was sealed before the foundation of the earth. So we was already set to come back to this thing in this day and age. Let me get Romans real quick. Hold on. Slovakia. That's the book of Romans 9 and verse 7. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. Because Abraham had many sons, okay, many descendants, but the one that the Most High was dealing with was Isaac. Okay, so if the Most High was going to induct other nations, he would have done it back then. Wouldn't that make sense? If he was going to induct other nations into the promise, wouldn't he just go into the rest of Abraham's seed? But no, it says neither because they are all. It says neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of the Most High, but the children of promise are counted for the seed. And now let's go and look at that word again. That word seed, and we should have the same word. Oh no, we have a different word, sperma. We'll go and look what that word is. It says, for which a plant germinates, a seed, i.e., the grain or kernel in which contains within itself the germ of the future plant of the grain or kernel sown, a seed, i.e., residue, a few survivors reserved as a germ for the next generation, just as a seed is kept for the harvest for the sowing. The sperm virile, and that definition was when Zakar too. It says the product of semen, seed, children, offspring, family, tribe, posterity, whatsoever possesses vital force of life-giving power. So right there is counted for the seed, man. It's not some by the spirit. Of course, the spirit bears witness that we are the children of Israel. Okay, that's how we're going by faith. But when it's coming to the when it's salvation time, because we're all doing this by faith. But when the Most High delivers the children of Israel, no matter how they look, it's going to be by that seed, by that promise. Okay, that's why it says, "Not the least grain shall fall." So this thing is set up for the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then Jacob's goes down to the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. Read it one more time. It says that it says that is they which are the children of flesh. These are not the children of